Ladies and gentlemen, in the event of an emergency, please locate the closest exit and calmly proceed outside the building. Out of respect for our guests today, we ask that you silence or turn off your electronic devices. Please locate your seat as our ceremony will begin. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 45th Commencement at Unity College. Please remain standing for the national anthem led by the Unity College Choir.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please be seated. Graduate candidates, members of the faculty and staff, family and friends, what a privilege it is to welcome you as our special guests to this, the 45th Unity College Commencement Ceremony. I'm Michael Evans, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I welcome you to this celebration of success and learning. I would like to introduce our stage party, Dr. Stephen Mulkey, President of Unity College, Mr. Gary Zane, Dean for Student Affairs, Ms. Celine Cousteau, our keynote speaker, Mr. Bruce Nickerson, Unity College Board of Trustees Chair, Dr. Sarah Cunningham, Center Director for Experiential and Environmental Education. I would also like to recognize our marshals, Professors Tim Peabody and Jerry Saunders, the co-faculty marshals who are retiring at the end of this year, and graduate Caleb Roba, the student marshal. Graduates wearing the green ribbon at today's ceremony have signed the graduation pledge, which states, I pledge to explore and take into account the social and environmental consequences of any job I consider, and will try to improve these aspects of any organizations for which I work. By choosing Unity College, all of our students have committed themselves to a sustainable future. By signing the graduation pledge, they've made that commitment public to all of us today. We are here to salute the graduating students and to recognize the Unity College faculty and community for their efforts in contributing to the success of the students we honor today. For 45 years, Unity has been holding graduation ceremonies to honor graduates. We have a rich tradition, and it continues as we recognize these graduates for their many accomplishments. I now welcome to the podium President Stephen Mulkey.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is always an honor and a privilege for me to be standing here on this particularly wonderful day. I'd like to just offer a few thoughts about some of my journey as an environmental scientist and as an educator and a field biologist. When I was a kid, I asked my older brother what I needed to be happy. He assured me that 3 things would fix me up: a home to live in, folks to love, and meaningful work to do. As I matured, I learned that this little recipe involves some complex elements, not the least of which is how to define meaningful work. As part of my homework for this address to you, I pondered how to define this, and eventually I did what any great scholar would do. I took the issue to my Facebook community. Several answers came back. The one that I think best captured the essence of meaningful work is, it's the work that you are meant to do lies at the intersection of your greatest passion and the earth's greatest need. For most of my early professional life, I believed that finding this intersection meant understanding how living systems function, and I trained as an ecologist, spending 25 years developing my passion for understanding the function of forests, mainly in the tropics. For many of the same reasons, you have chosen Unity College as your springboard to meaningful work. Regardless of your particular course of study, ecology and the environment are at the heart of your intentions. Surely these are the central elements of the Earth's greatest need. And in this era in which climate change will affect absolutely every aspect of our lives, it is clear to me that you are passionate about this. About 2 years ago, the faculty and board of trustees of Unity College voted unanimously to embrace sustainability science as a framework for our academic programming. This way of problem solving has been accepted by the U.S. National Academy of Science and by an increasing number of scholars and organizations around the world. It makes Unity College virtually unique among the world's colleges and universities. The primary goal of sustainability science is to empower you to solve environmental problems by integrating knowledge from multiple disciplines. You are one of the first classes to have been exposed to these concepts, and you have acquired attributes that many of your peers who attend other institutions I don't think have. These intangibles are the stuff of a successful life, and they are the prerequisite for meaningful work. For example, you've learned that you're not alone, but instead you're a member of an extended family, the family of Unity College. Collaboration and mutual respect are indicative of your generation and especially of a Unity College graduate. We will always be part of your lives, and we hope that you will always stay connected to the college. You have acquired considerable skill at communication through writing, speaking, and various forms of media. You're a trained problem solver with practical, hands-on, experiential learning. At Unity College, you know better than anybody that our boots are muddy and our hands get dirty, and our best laboratory is outdoors. You're also a synthetic critical thinker with the ability to understand environmental problems from a transdisciplinary perspective, using multiple disciplines to understand the trade-offs inherent in solving these complex issues. You have learned that environmental issues are not black or white, but usually ethically complex. And you've learned that the future of humanity depends utterly on how we address these issues. Because active learning is at the core of our curriculum, you're well equipped to be a lifelong learner. Studies tell us that you will hold as many as 7 job titles during your working life, and thus your college education should prepare you to be flexible by giving you transferable skills. Alvin Toffler stated, quote, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who can't read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn," unquote. Thus our goal has been to equip you with the skill sets that will serve your first career as well as your 7th. Many institutions are only now just waking to the need for this kind of curriculum, but Unity College has been teaching sustainability for many years. Because of this, I'm convinced that your Unity College degree will increase in value to you and to society as the century unfolds. I believe you'll play an important role in the transformation to sustainability that must occur if we are to sustain and renew civilization. Every generation has what Thomas Berry has called their great work. My father went ashore at Normandy during World War II, and I know he viewed that and the rebuilding of Europe as the great work of his time. The great work of our time was the development of a sustainable relationship with our planet. The environmental challenges of this century, I believe, are even more perilous than those faced by my father's generation. It is deeply satisfying to me that Unity College is more than anything else a compelling agent for hope and change. I'm grateful that as you leave here, you take with you some of the tools to participate in the great work of your generation. Finally, I'd like to offer you a quote from Martin Keough, direct editor of a remarkable volume entitled Hope Beneath Our Feet. He states, "When asked if I'm pessimistic or optimistic about the future, my answer is always the same. If you look at the science about what is happening on Earth and you aren't pessimistic, you don't understand the data. But if you meet the people who are working to restore this earth and the lives of the poor, and you aren't optimistic, you haven't got a pulse." I think you are those people. Congratulations, graduates. I wish you Godspeed and good luck. And with that, I'd like to welcome Trustee Nickerson to the podium.
Good afternoon. Welcome to one and all, but I'm particularly honored to welcome you, our graduating class, and your family members. It's been said that in life, the sled dog with the best view is the lead dog, the one at the front of the pack. What I mean by this is that each and every one of you graduate candidates here today have learned the skills to become a leader in humanity's broad-based efforts to address the most pressing ecological challenges of the 21st century. I have no doubt you will soon enjoy vistas before you that are compelling. You will see the world of possibilities stretched across the horizon. I implore you to enjoy all that you've earned by virtue of your talents, drive, determination, and affinity for the natural world, but to never lose sight of the responsibilities that come with the choices you make. A few years ago, you chose to attend Unity College, America's environmental college, a college with a clearly defined sustainable science mission, whose graduates are grounded by a unity ethic of cooperation and the ability to work effectively with others. Today, your dedication and perseverance are being recognized and rewarded. And shortly, you'll leave us, hopefully with our mission indelibly etched in your minds, but most certainly with your learned skills and well-earned degrees grasped firmly in your hands. Before you leave us today, please enjoy many hearty laughs, perhaps a few happy tears. Give lots of big hugs, and remember to thank those who helped you get here, your family, your friends, your faculty. Then as you step forward with your life, go be the lead dog. Innovate, problem solve, collaborate, build consensus, and advocate for more sustainable management and conservation of our natural resources. The future of the ecology of our Earth, the only home we have, hangs in the balance and awaits your leadership. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I thank you for your decision to attend Unity and hope you will find your way to enjoying the best view. Please now welcome Dr. Evans to the podium.
Commencement is about you. It is about recognition of hard work and your accomplishments. It is a celebration of you and how well you set examples for your fellow students and the students who will follow you. It is a testament to the support of your family, friends, and of course the educators here at Unity. Your work has prepared you to be thinkers, creators, citizens, and leaders. Those qualities are more important than ever in our current world. We need analytical, unbiased thinkers who will help the human race face the extraordinary global challenges ahead of us. We need creativity and innovation to help our economy prosper. We need the shared thinking and exemplary leadership to reimagine our world as we want it to be, a world with a bright future. Profound change and adaptation are inevitable. Renewable energy needs, the challenges of human health as our population grows, the instability of climate change, the imperative for social and economic progress, and other large issues compel us to find purposes and embrace the necessity of sustainable living. These demands are not optional. Your skills and talents will lead us forward. As Unity grads, you have a special obligation to apply your skills and wisdom to the service of others. Your leadership will be one of your legacies to Unity College. We celebrate and congratulate you today as partners going forward to a better future. I wish each of you the very best of everything. Please welcome Professor Sarah Cunningham to the podium.
So we we expect great things from today's graduates, but they haven't gotten here alone. Commencement is a centuries-old tradition. It's a time of joy, most of all, but also a time of reflection. It's a chance to think about what you've achieved, about your future, and about those who helped you along the way. It is a moment to share with family and special friends. Here with us today, surrounding our graduates, are family and friends who have helped in many ways, financially, emotionally, spiritually, and with lasting love and affection. Countless more are far away, thinking of you right now. Gratitude is the natural response to a heartfelt gift, and so I would like all of the friends and family in the audience of these graduates to stand right now. Stand up. Graduates, please stand and thank your friends and family who have supported you all these years, given freely of their love, wisdom, support, and okay, now faculty and staff, would you please stand? These are the people who gave every day to help you succeed. The faculty and staff of Unity College put their hearts, minds, and backs into creating the best college possible. So please join me in thanking the employees of Unity College. Okay, at this time I would like to welcome to the podium Student Government Association President Sam Longo.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. It's been a long journey mixed with a lot of emotions, but we've made it. We are here and we are ready to graduate. Albert Einstein once said, "Today's problems cannot be solved if we still think the way we thought when we created them." Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Unity College has been our first step in looking deep into nature to understand everything better. We are not alone in this journey, and we have many thanks to give. To Unity College, thank you for making full camouflage outfits a fashion statement, riding a moose statue normal, and a goat getting loose on campus unique. Thanks for memorable annual community events that we all love, such as Apple Fest, cardboard kayak races, big wheel races, and community meals and meetings. Thank you to my residents for setting off the fire alarm at 2 in the morning for cooking deer steaks in the common room toaster oven. I'm sure if you've lived in the residence halls, you've experienced similar shenanigans. Most of all, thank you to Unity College for being a leader in sustainability science. I've been proud to go to the first college in the nation to divest from fossil fuels, a college that isn't afraid to discuss big world issues, and a college that prides itself on community and environmental integrity. To the faculty, thank you for letting us call you by your first name and having real conversations with us. Thank you for letting us throw pies at you and duct tape you to walls for the sake of a fundraiser. Most of all, thank you for sharing your passion, knowledge, and time in and out of the classroom. To our parents, thank you for your love and support throughout this journey. Thank you for believing in us when we decided to go to a tiny environmental school in rural Maine. Thank you for showing interest when we talk about the importance of the number 350, the best management practices for white-tailed deer, how difficult it is to write a standard operating procedure for 1.2 golden lion tamarins, and this year's yield from a local farm. Although we came here to study different things, we all have a deep passion and love for the environment. We all came to Unity College to be part of the solution. So as you go out there into the real world, remember to fight for what you believe in and spread environmental preservation. Congratulations to the class of 2014. I'd like to welcome back Michael Evans to the podium.
It is now the portion of our program where we recognize outstanding academic achievement. I would like to call attention to the gold cords that individual graduates are wearing. The gold cord indicates an accumulative GPA of 3.33 or higher. Let us congratulate those individuals for their achievements. It gives me great pleasure now to present the Valedictorian Award. This award is given to the student or students with the highest academic achievement in their class. This year, Unity has 3 graduates who have received a perfect 4.0. They are Anna Mueller, Taylor Noble, and Sarah Wagner. The Marshall Gary Award, created by the Gary family, is given each year to a candidate for the baccalaureate degree who has best demonstrated the qualities of responsible citizenship through day-to-day contributions to the functioning of the college and to the morale of other members of the college community. This year's Marshall Gary Award is presented to Zachary Wiggum. Please come forward.
The faculty of Unity College each year recognize the candidate who has shown exceptional commitment to helping the college, leading other students towards worthwhile goals, and in word and deed, demonstrating that Unity College is her college. In this case, a territory marked by party hats on all of the Coons Hall wildlife specimens. This year's faculty award goes to Rebecca Zerlin.
Trustees Award honors the graduating senior who has shown great personal development, together with significant service to the college during the time spent as a student at Unity College. This year's Trustee Award is presented to my colleague, Samantha Longo.
The President's Award is given to a senior with strong overall academic standing who has made the most significant and overall contribution to the college community. This year's recipient of the President's Award is Taylor Noble. Each year we give an honorary degree to somebody who's made extraordinary contributions to the institution, the community, or to our natural world around us. We honor those individuals by giving them the honorary doctorate degree in sustainability science from Unity College. Today, we are really proud to bestow an honorary degree on explorer, filmmaker, and our keynote speaker, Celine Cousteau. Celine, please come to the podium. Whether she is freediving, horse riding, or leading an expedition to the Amazon, which she will in a few days, or swimming amid a school of sharks in the South Pacific, Celine Cousteau seeks to educate through adventure and exploration. The daughter of ocean explorer and filmmaker Jean-Michel Cousteau and granddaughter of the legendary Jacques Cousteau, she is featured in PBS's successful television series, Jean-Michel Cousteau, Ocean Adventures. Fluent in 3 languages, Cousteau has collaborated with her father's Ocean Future Society, promoting the educational program Ambassadors of the Environment through her travels. She is in constant motion, traveling the globe as a Cousteau oceanaut, an educator and educational ambassador. She is a respected symbol for a new generation about our responsibility to protect the natural world and our integration with it. Endeavoring to learn and explore the many regions of the world, both above and below the water, as well as the cultures within them, she seeks to make connections between the human species and our environment. Not just an adventurer and explorer, Cousteau is an incredible storyteller and connects unique, diverse cultures, showcasing the importance of learning from one another and helping preserve the distinctive beauty of each and every group of people. For her continuing work in ocean exploration and protection, storytelling through film, and making connections as an environmental education ambassador, Unity College presents Celine Cousteau with an honorary Doctorate of Sustainability Science. Upon recommendation by the authority of the Board of Trustees and the Unity College faculty, I hereby confer upon you, Celine Cousteau, the degree Doctor of Sustainability Science, honoris causa. You will now be invested with the hood and presented with the diploma.
I didn't know that I'd feel that much emotion receiving this honor, so first of all, thank all of you for the warm welcome. Thank you for this honor. And you guys made it. You showed up today, so well done. I didn't think I'd be nervous, but I guess wearing this gives me another degree of responsibility. I'm used to talking to large crowds, but there's so much good stuff in this room today that it's really empowering and beautiful. You didn't just show up today, you actually showed up every day, even if you didn't show up. You were I've been there. So for that, I applaud each and every one of you for doing that and for having the dedication that you did. And to the parents and the friends and the supporters in the audience, I know they can't do this without you. And it takes a team to get somebody to move forward. It takes a team to create leaders. And we have in front of us our future leaders. So thank all of you too for growing them for us and for the future of this planet. I will be honest, I had never heard of Unity College before. But that's going to change. About a month ago, I had the opportunity to have a phone call with some of the staff and learn a bit more. I visited the website, and last night I got to meet your president, Stephen Mielke, and some board members, as well as a few students. Now I know more, and I am truly impressed. I am impressed by a small group of very powerful and brilliant people, and that is inspiring for me. I've been told about the bold decision of your institution to opt out of investment in fossil fuels. I have heard about the courageous leadership of your president, who, because of a good judgment and a leap of faith, took this college into an amazing direction in which it is going now, with sustainable science as a platform. A leader does not exist until there are followers who believe in and support that vision. This means every person who chose to work here and support that vision, each one of the students who chose to attend this college, all of you helped make this vision happen. You are part of a truly unique place, and you're making your own tracks in history. This is a future-minded institution, and in the president's own words, people are starting to look up to you. You should be proud of being part of this process. A lot of your life has been dictated or guided by parents, advisors, mentors, and teachers. This moment, this day, is a transition. You are now armed with knowledge and possibilities, and that is a privilege, which is also a responsibility. Hopefully this place, the people you have met, and what you have learned, has strengthened your conviction of who you are or want to be. But no one walks alone. We are a community. And you should consider that the people who are graduating with you are your family and they are your community. Do not lose track of each other. We work better in collaborative forces. And I myself speak from experience. I regret losing track of my mentors, my teachers, and some of my friends from college. In thinking about today, in this speech and in this moment, I wanted to understand your guiding principles so that I could relate how you have been taught to my own experiences and therefore make a connection with each one of you. This is also an opportunity for introspection in the context of my own life, but more importantly is a moment of introspection for you, and of course a moment to celebrate the accomplishment, and I hope you really will celebrate. Our life and path is never straight, so bear with me as I weave your story with mine and my own experiences and connect with the Unity's framework. You're solution-focused, you engage the world, and you're future-oriented. Solution-focused. I decided to look at assumptions and appearances, and the solution to that as opposed to the problem. Now, I grew up in a pretty well-known family, and with a last name like Cousteau, there are a lot of assumptions of who I am and what I do. Oh, I must be a marine scientist. I must be an oceanographer. I must have been diving from an early age. What I have to do is meet those assumptions and those preconceived notions, not with anger, but with understanding that it is normal for people to expect the obvious. What I ask each one of you is when you face other people to give them a blank page with which to start. You may judge them by the way they look, the clothes they wear, the way they walk, the way they talk, if they do eye contact or not. That person comes with their own history and their own story, and each one of you deserves to be met with an open book and a blank page so that you can be exactly who you are, without preconceived notion or expectations or assumptions. But if you do meet those people and they do expect something from you, use the psychology and gently embrace that expectation, gently explain and guide them back to exactly who you are. I do that every day I stand in front of an audience. I start my talk typically. I grew up with a grandfather who was very well known for inventing scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Yes, I'm thrown overboard on a regular basis. I am invited often to work on ocean projects, and I am more than happy to. The ocean is a phenomenal and beautiful place, and there are not enough of us defending it. And so I take that stand happily, and I accept that responsibility. But then I also go back to what I love, and so I guide people back to who I am and what it is that I'm doing. And right now, as was mentioned before, I'm doing a lot of work in the Amazon. It is where my heart is. So although I'll be swimming in the ocean quite a bit and showing people what that place is about, I never lose track of who I am. No matter the expectations, I never lose track of that. And I ask each one of you to remember that the core of you knows exactly who you are and what you want to be doing, no matter what the anticipation is of who you are and what you should be doing. I have a background in psychology. That was my undergraduate degree, with a minor in art, concentrating in jewelry making. What does any of that have to do with what I'm doing? It actually has a lot to do. My graduate degree is international and intercultural management. It's essentially intercultural relations. What I have done is taken all of that formal education and apply it to what I'm doing now, which is to help people better understand what their human connection with our natural world is. And in order to be able to connect with people who may not understand, I have to understand their psychology. It is my job to be flexible and malleable, that I can change my talk depending on who I'm speaking to. And so I bring the psychology component into it. I'm a guest designer with a major jewelry company. What does that have to do with the environment? Well, I can create jewelry that has a story behind it and connect the person buying that piece of jewelry back to the indigenous people in the Amazon, who the story is about, through a piece of crystal. This is what it means to be creative. You change your message, not the content of it, but the delivery of it based on who you're speaking to, so that you are a more effective communicator and more effective advocate. And all of you have that capability, you have that intelligence, and you have that intuition. Engaging the world, for me, is about balance and vulnerability. Again, taking you back to the Amazon, I work a lot with indigenous tribes. And two stories stand out that are relevant to you guys. We were filming in the Vale do Javari, where I will be in 2 weeks again, in the middle of the Brazilian Amazon. And we were doing interviews with the different indigenous leaders. And one of the questions was, how do you live sustainably in your environment? And this gentleman looks at me and he says, I don't understand. I said, okay, well, I define sustainability. How do you live sustainably in your environment, in balance? And again, he looked at me, not understanding the question, and it dawned on me, he didn't not understand the question. It was never a question for him, because there was no other option. It is the way things have always been. And so he said, okay, well, let me try to answer your question. When I cut a tree, I plant one. And when I go hunting for my family, I only kill the animals that I need to feed my family. What a wonderful, beautiful way to get a slap in the face. To wake up. There is no other way. And that is the real lesson that we are having to relearn, to go back to such a basic mindset. There is no other way. Because if we don't live that way, there is no future, period. And I know all of you know that. It is up to us to go and spread that message in a way that other people can understand it. The other story is with an Oshawa indigenous person in the Peruvian Amazon. And I was negotiating to bring a film team into his village to go back where my grandfather had been 25 years earlier. He said, well, that's great. You want to come into my village to do this documentary film. What are you doing for us? And with my naive storyteller, I said, well, the whole world is going to see what's happening here with the oil companies and the drilling and the threat on your land. And he goes, He says, look, doctors come here from the Western world, and they want to study our medicinal plants. And we give them access. We take them into the forest, we show them the leaves and the roots and the branches and the trees, and we explain to them how and why we use the plants the way we do. And they take their notes and they go back to their Western world and they make their little white pills. Do you think anything comes back to us? As anthropologists come here and they're interested in our culture and our ways, our history and our language. We let them in our villages, we let them in our homes. We tell them our stories, they take their notes, they write their books, they write their papers, they get published. Do you think anything they do comes back to us? He said, so as well-intentioned as you are, thinking your film is going to change our lives, it's not enough. Another beautiful adult lesson of awakening. It wasn't enough. And I'm not going to promise what I can't deliver. So I very realistically asked, what can I, as an individual person standing in front of you, do? And he gave me a solution. He said, we need camcorders. Not something I would have ever thought of. Why camcorders? Because they were training people in each village to monitor the land with GPS tracking and with footage so they could build a better case to the environmental pollution of their territory. They needed camcorders. A simple solution that would have never dawned on me had I not asked. So ask the person in front of you what you can do. Don't assume. And that is what you can pay forward to the world, and that is how you can engage with the world, is you can be a face-to-face active participant. There is a quote by E.B. White which exemplifies how I live every day, and I feel it's appropriate for all of you here. Quote, "I arise in the morning, torn between a desire to save the world and a desire to savor the world. That makes it hard to plan the day." Do-gooders need balance. You need to take care of yourself so you can take better care of others. I am a perfect example of an overachiever. Work 7 days a week, wake up in the morning, sit at my computer at 7:30 with a cup of tea, and look up at 1 o'clock still in my pajamas, not having ate. It's not smart to do it that way. I was watching a silly talk show the other day, and a woman was interviewing a man who lost his sight in Iraq. She asked his wife how she dealt with the situation, and one of the 2 pieces of advice she gave is that she realized that if she didn't take care of herself, if she wasn't healthy, both mentally and physically, she would not be able to be there for him. And that was one of her biggest revelations, to help somebody else. She had to take care of herself. So I urge all of you, as you go out and you do tremendous things in the world with your heart and your passion and your integrity, that you also stop for a moment just to enjoy and savor the day. It's really about balance. The next thing is about future orientation, and that for me is about instinct and intuition. You may not have one specific turning point in your life that guides you to where you're going. It didn't happen for me. Although journalists love to ask the question, when did you know? At what moment did you have that, ah? Well, I never had a ah. I had a series of ah. Yeah. Wow. That's what it was for me. It was a series of those moments. And I led a path with a background that people don't anticipate I had. And I started putting the pieces of the puzzle together, like Tetris, and making it all fit and making it make sense. And it brought me back to what I'm doing now, which is through storytelling, being an advocate for the environment by telling the story of people who are doing good for the environment. Using inspiring people to tell the stories of what we can do that's positive. Had I listened to what was anticipated of me, I wouldn't be here confident that I chose to do this. So in your gut, you know what you want to be doing. You have to stop and listen. Put the phones down. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, they all have their place. But if you look up for a moment and just look at the people next to you, they're flesh and blood. And that is what's going to make a real difference in your lives. Don't negate all the rest because it has the ability to create a powerful following, but use it sparingly. On my drive up here, I had 5.5 hours to drive. It's a fantastic break from being in front of a computer all day long. I actually got on the phone. I actually talked to people. And oddly enough, I was on the phone with Bobby Kennedy, which I would never have been had I been sitting behind my computer, because I was helping a friend get a job, and so I just got on the phone because I couldn't write an email. And that created a powerful relationship that will hopefully continue for the person looking for that work. He said, "Oh, just have Stephanie stop by." Who says just have Stephanie stop by? A real human being. Because that's what it's about. It's about the people you have in front of you. I hope you leave here knowing to listen to that instinct, and that your intuition really is the way to go, even if you're diverted, redirected, or convinced otherwise for a moment or two. Today might be bittersweet for some of you as well. You're leaving the nest of a solid group of friends. You're leaving a supportive institutional environment. You're going out into the world on your own independent adventure. And it should be an adventure. Classes and homework are replaced with job hours and work responsibilities. You may need to find a replacement for social and sport activities you have been part of with a core group of people. And I urge you to feel and sense that vulnerability and perhaps a bit of that anxiousness is worthwhile. It makes us human and it makes us real. And it connects us to those around us. Being vulnerable allows other people to be true to themselves as well. And it's a gift. You will find your way after college. You will create greatness because you have been given all the tools to do great things. It's now your responsibility to take what you have been given and do something you truly believe in. Remember that a path is never straight, and mistakes should be welcome opportunities to learn. Find those who can be your beacon when you have questions. And might I go out on a limb to say, come back and visit your college and lean on the people that helped you get to where you are now. Last night I watched a short film one of you did on a girls' soccer team. Who did the film? There she is. Beautifully done. And that to me is the power of what you have. You're a storyteller. You have the ability to connect with the people around you through those stories, no matter how it is that you put them out into the world. I also met Michelle, who's doing work with chimps. And through a simple 5-minute conversation, I said, you're doing work with chimps? I know people at the Jane Goodall Institute. Connect with me. I can't give you a job, I can give you a connection. I'm going to talk to Nikki. Where's Nikki? I'm scanning. Nikki was at the door earlier. I want to sit down with her and see how it is that I can support your internships through connections, because that's what this world is all about. It's making those connections. My grandfather used to say, everything is connected. And that means the same thing as your college's underlying mindset. No person walks alone. I had this in mind as part of this talk from the start, and then last night I watched the film, and it reinforced it. No person walks alone. Life's work is about changing human consciousness. That's a big task. When somebody told me that that was my work, filmmaking, he goes, that's fine, that's your method. You need to change human consciousness. It's like, oh, is that it? Just, okay, here I go. It's a heavy task, but one I carry with pride. And I know I'm not alone in doing this. I'm counting on all of you to help. And I'm energized standing here today knowing that you are launching out into the world, a new adventure. I am honored to have been chosen to address you, and you can be proud of being a student at this college. A lot of people will be looking at Unity College, and you will have been part of that history. Margaret Mead, a cultural anthropologist, said, never underestimate the power of a small group of committed people to change the world. In fact, it is the only thing that ever has. That group is you. Congratulations.
Thank you. We now reach the point in our ceremony at which the President confers the degrees. This occurs in 2 steps, the conferral, which will be for the whole group, followed by individual recognition as each student crosses the stage to receive a diploma. Will the class of 2014 please rise? President Nolke, on behalf of the faculty of Unity College, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty by virtue of the authority vested in Unity College by the Board of Trustees in the state of Maine, I confer upon you your Unity College degree. Please come forward individually to receive your diploma as Dean for Student Affairs Gary Zane calls your name.
It is now goosebump time. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree, Stephen E. Beeson. Anna Elisa Mueller. Receiving the Bachelor of Science degree, Jamie L. Apt. Christina Rebecca Acera. Stephanie S. Alley. Alexander J. Amendola. Hannah Elise Anderson. Joey Lee Bauer. Alyssa Marie Beers. Zachary Belge. Sarah Smythe Bignell. Paige Marie Bilodeau. Skylar D. Besesti. Quinn Patrick Boyle. Jameis Ryan Branchard. Derek Michael Broderson. Jacob A. Brody. Adam Richard Campa. Laura Allison Carhart. Kelsey E. Castro Giovanni. Carly Marie Chapman. Dashel Robert Choate. Lauren Victoria Cook. Kyle Benjamin Costigan. Julie Nicole Creed. Molly M. Cronin. Lisa Cronk. Kevin P. Cummings. Amanda Lee Doms. Bethany Ann Decker. Michelle A. Demko. Eve V. Diedrich. Joseph Eon. Matthew R. Finch. Aaron C. Bliss. Eric Fodder. Kayla Ashley Fuller. Abby Sarah Rabani. Cassandra Lynn Hammond. Kristen Paige Hazer. Shelby Sandra Hicks. Curtis Hightower. Benjamin Holt. Stephen Lloyd Hughes. Brandon Charles Hurd. Carrie Ann Johnston. Allison Rose Hansler. Brian Klotzbier. Jessica K. Kowalski. Matthew D. Lannon. Ethan D. LaPlante. Caitlin Lee. Brittany R. Light. Carrie Lemelin. Rachel Ann Lamontagne. Benjamin M. Lewis. Samantha N. Longo. Oliver C. Loud Stubbs. Jason Albert Lutmer. Michael Dirk McKnight II. Denise Mack. Alyssa Danielle Moltman. Derek Scott Moltman. Bronwyn Kelly Mandigo. Mallory Manson. Christopher MacArthur. Bethany Noel McCoy. Jacob McCarthy McKinley. Heather J. McGowan. Jeffrey Decker Merrill III. Lauren Marie Metz. Jennifer L. Michaud. Kendall Corinne Mirda. Matthew Mitchell. Zachary D. Monroe. Ryan Morrison. Nigel Murphy. Taylor James Noble. Ryan O'Neill. Teresa Owens. Sean Michael Pajak. Trevor James Parker. Allison Claire Perna. Joseph Bizzuto Jr. Destiny Martin Priest. Kelsey Leanna Radley. Nicholas Tyler Raymond. Leanne Rosalind Reed. Kristen A. Ramali. Nicole M. Reeder. Candace Iman Robinson. Ethan Michael Roderick. Leo Rose. Francis M. Robb. Lindsay Rose Senecal. Samuel John Slowakowski. Zachary Allen Small. Jessica Smart. Rachel Smedley. Andrew Wentworth Starbard. Timothy Roger Swanson. Sarah Zerbeck. Calvin John Teague. Corey N. Tardif. Andrew Platt Thatcher. Lucero Torres. Amy Jeanette Trousdale. Kristen M. Volpe. Tasha E. Watson. Sarah M. Wegner. Connor White. Zachary Wiggum. Laura B. Williams. Brandon L. Wright. Bethany Yates. Rebecca R. Zerlin. And last but not least, our student marshal, Caleb Alfred Roba. Graduating class of 2014.